I'm tired today and I'm still coughing because it's so dusty here and I've been cleaning so much to rebuild my little Channel 1 box and move towards this big adventure and dream of mine to have a trainingsbox in Kreklinbo that supports supporters, that's there for people who want to make a difference. I want to make a difference for them. And that implies doing hard things and rebuilding and cleaning and setting up again after we had a little fire issue here. I consider, it's not in the top 5% of hardest things ever, but it kind of sucks. So today I want to reflect a little bit on how can we train ourselves to develop capacity to do the hard things. And I think I have learned a whole lot through training itself on how that builds that capacity. And so first of all, if you're not somebody who feels very comfortable yet or feels not identified with physical training at all, totally fine. I'm quite sure you've mastered hard things in your life regardless. And so the first thing to do is to look at, where have I done this before? Where have I overcome challenges and obstacles before? And how have I done that? How did I go about that? What within me was activated so I could pull this through? There is some experience in all of us where we have done the hard thing. And the capacity is, the potential is there. And remembering that we've already done this before, even if in other context with other means maybe, is a really good starting point. It can give us an anchor and an orientation and a sense of capability. So where have you done it before, in what area, and what skills did that require that you have within you, and how does that translate now into this new challenge? And then recall the why. For the sake of what do I get up early in the morning to come and clean and prepare and get it ready and pick up the good fight once more? What's the why? What's the bigger why? And that, importantly, is not a heady exercise. This is not about reading some kind of goal statement that you have posted on your fridge somewhere. This is about actually feeling it in your whole body. Getting into a centered position and feeling that sense of purpose. This is what I'm here for the sake of what I'm doing this. Connecting to this sense of why, the physically felt sense of purpose, is, in my experience as a somatic coach, the most powerful motivator. Because in that moment of physical connection to it, of sensing purpose in the body, that activates a whole lot of energy. I have somebody coming to train today in this mess, and she knows it's a mess. That's my why to get ready. That's my, for the sake of what I'm here, to get ready, to not let her down, to show up, and to keep moving on this path. That's my why. I'm feeling the energy is starting to bubble and flow. So what's your why? What's your for the sake of what? Are you about to do something hard? And how can you feel that physically in your body? And then, that's the big picture. Forget the big picture. What's the first thing that needs to concretely happen? The first thing that you can do concretely towards that goal? And then just do it. Do that first thing. And I know that's so cliche and we all know about that, but we can so easily get lost in all the different tasks and seeing everything that is not as it should be, that it just gets overwhelming. We want to crawl back into bed or watch Netflix or whatever. But that very first thing, using the motivation and the energy that you have ignited through feeling your why in the body, to just go and do that first thing. And then what? Because we know it's not done with that first thing. I recommend playing around with treating overcoming challenges, bigger challenges, as interval training. That means in interval training, that trains your condition, your ability to hang in there and crunch with mixing high intensity activity and breaks. Because we can do pretty much anything intensely for about a minute. If we think about having to do something intensely for 30 minutes, hell no. But a minute, okay, I can do a minute. You can do a minute of hard things, right? And then you get a break. And you can set yourself an overall time limit if you want to. So this morning I have 2 hours to do this. That's my overall time limit for now. Then I will have to come back to it. But I know within this, I don't have to crunch like crazy for 2 hours. I do short bursts of, okay, now I lay the floor again. Then I vacuum clean that. Then I wipe down the shelves. Then I wipe down all the weights, whatever. I haven't totally thought this through. In between, I make videos like this. I listen to music, I stretch a bit, and I dream about how this space is gonna be one day. So approach it as interval training. Intense, focused, break. Don't let the breaks get too long. I have to remind myself. So I time them, just like I would time a workout. My breaks are like a minute or two. And then I get back to it. And with this in place, we can tackle pretty hard things consistently, sustainably, and hopefully in community at some point when we can share our experiences with that and grow together and learn together. So have a fantastic day, or at least one that you feel inspired to conquer with whatever is available to you. Support your supporters. I'm here to support you. Bye.